people always whispered about the house with the red door. Not because it looked haunted. Not because it looked abandoned. But because every owner vanished, quietly, cleanly, without a fingerprint, footprint, or whisper of a struggle. Police called it coincidence. Locals called it cursed, but the truth? The truth waited behind a wall no one knew existed. A wall that breathed, and when the crawlspace finally opened, it exposed what fear truly looks like. The Red Door House, a true crime story. Before we dive into the main story, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. Number 46, Dunley Crescent was not extraordinary. White siding, trimmed bushes, a porch with 2 creaking rocking chairs. Only the door stood out, a deep, unsettling shade of red. It looked deliberate. As if someone painted it to hide the scent of something underneath. Over 34 years, 5 owners had moved into the house. And all 5 had disappeared. No bodies. No alarms triggered. Nothing stolen. They simply ceased to exist. Detectives came and went, each leaving with the same conclusion. No sign of foul play. The real estate agency simply repainted the walls, polished the floors, lowered the price, and found another buyer. People in the neighborhood learned to stop asking questions. Until the 6th owner arrived. Ada Lawson didn't believe in rumors. At least, that's what she told herself. After a nasty divorce, a draining custody battle, and a job transfer, she needed silence, somewhere far away from chaos. Number 46 was affordable. Too affordable. But she took it. On her first night in the house, she noticed something strange. Every room felt colder near the floor, like cool air was leaking from somewhere unseen. And the red door? It felt warm when she touched it. Warm like skin. She convinced herself it was nerves. But the first real warning came on her 3rd night. Around 2:13 a.m., Ada woke to a faint rhythmic tapping. Knock, knock, knock. Not from the front door. It came from beneath the floorboards. She froze, breath shivering in her throat. Knock, knock, knock. A steady pattern. Almost impatient. She forced herself to speak. Hello? Is someone there? Silence. She didn't sleep again that night. The next day, Ada visited the local library to research the house's history. The librarian, a thin, elderly man with shaking hands, lowered his glasses when she asked about number 46. You bought that house? He whispered. His fingers trembled as he retrieved the archive box. Inside were newspaper clippings, missing person posters, and police reports of the 5 vanished owners. One headline read, "Tenant missing after complaints of noise under floors." Another, "Family of 3 vanishes, dinner left untouched." In every case, neighbors last saw the victims entering the house, but never leaving. Ada felt the room tighten around her. The librarian leaned closer. "Whatever you do," he said, voice barely a whisper, "don't go digging in that house." The others did. That evening, Ada returned home with a flashlight and a knot in her stomach. She paced the living room, tracing her fingers along the walls. That's when she felt it, a vibration beneath her palm. A hollow spot. She knocked lightly. Thump. Empty. She grabbed a screwdriver and carefully pried away the old trim. Behind it, she found something that wasn't on any floor plan. A small, square panel. A hidden entrance. Her heartbeat quickened. She opened it. A cold, moldy breath pushed against her face. A crawlspace. It stretched into darkness, too deep for the size of the house. Too deep for comfort. She shined her flashlight inside and felt her body stiffen. There were scratches on the wooden beams. Deep ones. Human-sized ones. And then she saw it. A small metal chain extending from deeper inside. Attached to something she couldn't see yet. Her phone buzzed suddenly, making her jump. An unknown number. When she answered, a voice, shaky, rushed, terrified, spoke. Get out of the house. Now. The line cut. Most people would have run. Ada didn't. She crawled inside. Every inch forward made the air colder, heavier, harder to breathe. The chain clinked. She followed it to the end and found a small metal hatch, bolted shut. The bolts looked new. Her flashlight flickered. A sound came from the other side of the hatch. A gasp. A human gasp. Ada froze. Then a voice, weak, broken, trembling, whispered. "Please, help me." She reached for the bolts. Before she could loosen the first one, something moved behind her. Not a sound. A movement. She twisted around. A silhouette blocked her exit, tall, wide, completely still. And then it spoke. "You weren't supposed to find this." Ada scrambled backward, panic electrifying her fingers. The figure crawled closer, dragging something small and metallic, a hammer. "I kept the others quiet," he whispered. "But you just keep digging." She tried to scream, but the dark swallowed her voice. He reached for her leg. She kicked out, hard, and managed to twist past him, crawling desperately toward the exit. "You won't make it," he hissed behind her. But she didn't stop. She burst out of the crawlspace and slammed the panel shut, heart pounding so violently she felt it in her teeth. She called the police. They arrived within minutes. Officers found the hidden crawlspace. They found the metal hatch. They unbolted it. And inside they found something Ada would never forget. A woman, gaunt, dehydrated, but alive. Barely. She had been missing for 6 months. And she wasn't alone. There were 5 shallow graves hidden behind a false wall. Every one of the missing owners. The man Ada saw was one of the original builders of the house, a contractor who had disappeared from public life decades ago. He had been living beneath the house the entire time. Watching. Waiting. Taking them one by one. But he was gone. Escaped into the night through a second tunnel the police hadn't known existed. And the newspapers had only one headline the next morning. "Killer Carpenter still at large, house reveals horrors beneath." Ada tried to move out. She packed everything. But the authorities insisted on keeping the property sealed for investigation. 2 weeks later, a detective called her. "Ada," he said quietly, "we need you to come to the station. We found something else in the crawlspace." Her stomach twisted. "What did you find?" she whispered. There was a long silence, a shaky breath, papers shuffling. Then, finally. "Ada, the man wasn't living alone down there. We found a second bed. And a list of names." A pause. "A list of future victims." Ada swallowed hard. "What names?" The detective inhaled sharply. "The first name on the list is yours." Before she could speak, he added. "And there's a date written beside it. Tomorrow." The call ended. Her phone buzzed again. A text message from an unknown number. 7 words. "You didn't leave the house alive. Want more stories like this? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our story, because this is just getting started."